Nobody comes into this house without paying the price.
Not here! Not ever!
Welcome everybody to this Week 8 matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. I'm Sonny Weaver alongside the man himself, Bomber, as we get ready for this AFC matchup. The Jets are in contention for the division while the Browns are struggling to try to stay in the hunt. Bomber, this matchup looks like a little bit of a David and Goliath. Do you think the Browns have a chance in this game?
Well, I just want to know, are we calling Delvar the Goliath right now?
I think at this point we have to.
That's a funny spin on things. Well, let's put it in perspective right now. Jets are 4-3. Patriots just beat the Bills. They're both tied up at 4-4, right? This is a chance to pull away. This is a game they should win. So if they don't pull away on this game and win this game and go to 5-3, then you start questioning, is Delvar ever going to make the playoffs? Starts coming up again, really. That's basically where it goes to. The Browns are 2-5. They're at the bottom of their division. They need this to pretty much stay alive. So I'm interested to see how it's going to go.
For those not familiar, Delvar has never made the playoffs. So right now, this is an opportunity for him to take control of the division.
And he's wildcat at the gate trying to throw it out. He goes wildcat right out the gate and tries to throw it with Forte. Obviously, interesting strategy.
Yeah, not much of a throw attempt there. Forte does go ahead and rush for 9 on the play. Interesting starting the game out with wildcat formation there. Not sure he trusts his offense at this point as they're going to set up here for 2nd and 1.
It ended up being a Matt Forte run, so we can't blame it. He's averaging 5.9 yards per carry. Got 5 touchdowns on the season, already over 500 yards. He's pretty much the bulk of their offense. As he's going to take off again up the middle, looks like a flag possibly on the play.
Yeah, so the flag on the play, it's going to be James Carpenter with the hold, so that's going to bring them back 10. So you have a 2nd and 1 there. It's going to set up 2nd and 8 here after the flag. Not a good start there for the Jets. They had the momentum. They're going to be pushed back. This Cleveland Browns defense, however, known for blitzing early in the count, looks like they're going to bring some pressure throughout this game as that's been their MO throughout. We'll see if the Jets can go ahead and beat that here as you get Geno Smith here in the shotgun for 2nd and 8.
And that right there is why a lot of fans in the crowd today are wearing the IMWT. If you're a Jets fan, you know exactly what that means. That's in Marshall we trust, and Delvar prides himself on that. Let's talk about this Browns defense right now. Currently ranked 28th overall, 29th against the pass, and 22nd against the rush. So they might bring the blitz a lot, but it definitely hasn't been working in their favor this season thus far.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they bring the blitz a lot, but it's not effective. So you get Forte here, gets stuffed up the middle on 1st down.
And let's talk about that. I mean, do you think bringing the blitz with Joe Hayden back there, is their secondary strong enough to leave them on an island by themselves?
No, and that's the key. You got one cornerback that can hold his own in Joe Hayden, but Tremont Williams is not what he used to be in that back end. Gibson, Whitner, they're gone now. So you've got a defensive back end that's just not going to be able to hold up. I think they need to hold off on that blitz, but we'll see if that happens here as they set up in the pistol set for 2nd down.
And there's a nice throw. I believe that was to Eric Decker picking up the 1st down.
Yeah, great reception by Decker. They're working across that cover, too, just in front of those zones, getting in front of the linebackers, moving upfield. Decker and Marshall, not the fastest of guys, but they run good routes, and they're big physical receivers here. And I think the Jets need to use that to their advantage as they're working. These guys can also block on the outside, which is a big reason why I think that Matt Forte has had the year he's had up to this point.
Definitely, the Jets really like Robbie Anderson, the rookie wide receiver. He's leading the team in yards for the New York Jets as he takes an end around, gets up the field, and picks up the 1st down. Nice run by Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, great run by Anderson. Like you said, got to get Anderson involved. He's been kind of a focal point so far this year as they're looking to get the young wide receiver some touches in this game somehow, some way.
Robbie Anderson, 26 receptions, 447 yards with 2 touchdowns, leading the team in both receptions and yards. Kind of a surprise. 6'3" out of University of Temple. He's got the size, and he definitely has the athleticism. Definitely someone they can probably use to plug in once Marshall decides to hang it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure coming into this year if you'd said that Robbie Anderson is going to be the leader on your team, you'd think so.
I want to know if I said Robbie Anderson coming into the year, if you would go, wait, who? That's kind of what I was doing when I saw the name. I really am not really familiar with Robbie Anderson. I think of the Jets. I think of Brandon Marshall. I think of Eric Decker. I think of new acquisition of Matt Forte, Revis Island. I don't think of Robbie Anderson. Maybe that's caught some defenses off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I think Anderson's probably been the fortunate person when it comes to people game plan around Marshall and Decker. So we'll see more of him later. However, you got Geno Smith set up here in the pistol set. Smith is going to deliver that to Marshall with the big first down reception there on 2nd and 10. So 3 for 3 so far for Geno Smith, and a good drive so far by these New York Jets.
And look how he's mixing it up. You got a run by Robbie Anderson. You got 2 catches by Brandon Marshall. You have another catch by Eric Decker. I mean, we're just getting all the stars involved. And then you had a wildcat with Matt Forte. He took it for 9 yards. So, I mean, we're seeing a mix of them utilizing their stars to complement a younger quarterback like Geno Smith, a little less experienced.
Exactly, but if you watch, you are seeing a lot of that man blitzing here from the Cleveland Browns. So Forte is going to get back to the 20-yard line on that handoff. These Browns, I think they need to step back a little bit. They run cover 2 there versus a man blitz, but they're very blitz happy, and I think that's going to cost them here because one-on-one, their corners cannot hold up against this wide receiver group.
Definitely. On the year, Joe Hayden only has 1 interception for the Cleveland Browns, so he hasn't been that much of a factor, and there really isn't anybody on that defense that has more than 1. It's pretty much spread out. They have 7 interceptions as a defensive squad. A lot of players with 1. Nobody has 2. And let's talk about the improved play from Geno Smith, who got the start, I believe, 2 weeks ago. He's 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, so he's been very good in these kind of situations right now.
Yeah, the incumbent Ryan Fitzpatrick just wasn't getting it done here.
And
Smith
down
drops
goes
back on play.
Geno.
Ooh,
And
big
down
hit there.
goes
Emmanuel
Geno.
Ogba.
And there's
Ogba on the year, I believe that gives him his 7th sack on the year right there. Ogba's been about the only force on this Browns defense, which pushes them back into 3rd and 18 on the play.
It's almost like they're getting more pressure when they send 4 than when they're sending 5 and 6 early on in the game.
I think it's about rush lanes and staying in your lanes. When they send too many guys, I think they get a little jammed up in there right now. When you get those one-on-one matchups here, only sending 4 guys works a little better for them right now. Watch Anderson there in the slot out to your left with Decker outside of him, as this could be a big play here for Anderson. Smith looking down the field, and there it is. It's Anderson.
Nice catch right there, man. That's a really impressive catch. Definitely not something that you expected. He picks up a 3rd and 18, I believe it was. And Robbie Anderson goes up and gets it over the middle. That's really trusting your wide receiver, throwing it up high over the middle like that.
Yeah, it's obviously something that the Jets are going to keep doing is forcing it to their man Robbie Anderson. So Marshall Decker, who would have ever guessed that that's going to be the decoys here, and it's going to be Robbie Anderson who's the star of this team.
All right, single back. We got Forte in the backfield. Forte takes it up the middle, down to about looks like a gain of possibly 0. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7 again. Forte getting his touches. Now, this is where we're really going to see, Sonny, if Geno Smith is going to be a starter. They benched Fitzpatrick, I believe, 2 games ago, as I stated earlier. Geno's been playing great, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's been 70% completion. But Fitzpatrick wasn't playing too bad either. He was 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 61% completion. So Geno's been a bit of an improvement there, but Fitz wasn't playing too bad. So I have to think that Fitz still has an opportunity to earn this position back if Geno starts playing bad again.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think it's a move towards the future as you got a quarterback that can stay around for a little bit longer. Obviously, Fitzpatrick on a short deal. And Forte getting nowhere on that running play.
So 2 back-to-back runs on 1st and goal, 2nd and goal from the 7, and now they're at 3rd and goal from the 8. What do you think they're going to come out in here, Sonny?
You know, honestly, this is a place where you've got a big receiver in Brandon Marshall. I'd like to see maybe a fade route out to the outside. You got Marshall way out to the left, Smith inside of him. I'd like to see maybe a throw towards the back corner of that end zone with Marshall.
If the defense can't hold them to just 3 here, that's going to be devastating. I mean, they already gave up the big 3rd and 18, which should have held them to the Jets to a field goal. Now on a 3rd and goal, after stopping 2 first and goals and getting a loss of 1, you'd expect the defense needs to get a morale win here and just only give up 3.
Yeah, you're right, but something there, that quarter was quick. I don't know about you, but the fact that quarter is already over.
Oh, wow.
That is amazing. They must have just been burning the time off the clock there.
Wait, the Jets had the ball, and they're only on about an 8-play drive?
Yeah, that was a very
ended.
quick quarter.
The milking has begun in Cleveland. Very interesting to see.
There.
And there's a touchdown over the middle to Robbie Anderson, the guy we mentioned earlier, the rookie. He's dangerous in the middle of the field out of the slot. Going to be tough to stop. That's going to put the Jets up 6-0 with the infamous extra point coming up. Yeah, I like New York controlling the clock and controlling the game right now. They look nice on offense.
Yeah, I thought Smith put that a little bit higher than he wanted to, but Anderson went up and got that for a touchdown there. So Anderson kind of bailed his quarterback there, as I thought it was going to sail over his head.
Jets kicking it off to Cleveland. Looks like it's going to be a touchback to the 25-yard line. Now, what are some keys to victory for Cleveland?
You know, honestly, you got RG3 back there. He has a chance to use his legs. Gary Barnidge has been the wide receiver, although tight end, of RG3's favorite. A lot of drags and underneath routes here for this Cleveland offense. You've got your number 1 pick, Corey Coleman, out there that you want to try to push downfield with. He's a dynamic receiver. So look to get the players involved on the outside early.
And definitely looks like a sack fumble from RG3 picked up for a loss of 6.
Yeah, and that Jets defensive line, you got to be careful. You've obviously got Sheldon Richardson, Muhammad Wilkerson, and then Leonard Williams. So you've got 3 legit defensive line players there that can get pressure. RG3's got to get that ball off quick.
And it's really dangerous for the Browns to put themselves in a hole early on first down. They're not one of the better passing teams in the Madden Bomber League. Only 6 passing touchdowns this season, 8 rushing touchdowns, and 6 is just really below the average. Most teams are above 10 right now, so the Browns really just can't put themselves in a hole where they have to rely too much on Robert Griffin at this point.
Yeah, but there's the rookie, Corey Coleman, and that's been RG3's favorite target outside of Gary Barnidge this year. So 3rd and 4, this is definitely a manageable situation for RG3 and the Browns offense.
Yeah, they can go run or pass right here. That's what makes it so dangerous. Looks like the Jets come out of 4-3. They go underneath, and it's a beautiful tackle by number 20 from the New York Jets, Williams. And that's going to force a punting situation for the Cleveland Browns. And just like that, they didn't have the ball for the first 6 minutes, and they're punting the ball a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Yeah, so the Jets' strategy of just keeping the ball away and managing this clock looks to be working here, as they are going to get the ball back here with about 4 minutes left on the clock.
It's going to be really important to see if the Browns can adjust and shut down that middle of the field. It seems to be the main target for big gains for the New York Jets passing attack. So it's definitely something the safeties need to realize and possibly play a little inside coverage against Geno Smith.
Yeah, I think, obviously the Browns have been very blitz happy, but at this point I think you may want to show it and just protect yourself. You're going to have to confuse this Jets defense, who's really been able to do whatever they want, although the running game at 7 rushes for 10 yards has not gotten started yet.
As Forte only picks up 2 on that one, going to bring us to a 2nd and 8. Jets up 7-0. Jets are currently 4-3 right now. The Browns struggling at 2-5. Big game for the Jets to pull away in their division if they can get this W. Little triple option fumble. No, what are you doing, Geno? No. They run the triple option, and it just gets disastrous after the hike. Wow.
And that's what the Browns need right there, a big turnover from their defense, the one part of their team that may be able to hang with higher-level teams. So this defense gets the turnover, and they're in good position here. Now RG3 needs to make sure he doesn't turn the ball over here himself. Work your way down the field. You don't have to get it all right here.
Little drag route to Terrell Pryor Sr., I believe. He's going to pick up about 9 yards on the play. 9.5 is going to put it at 2nd and inches. Now, is that what you get with Geno? I mean, what a crazy possession. Why did he even attempt to throw that pitch? It obviously wasn't there. He should have just took the sack. But he tried to pitch outside on the triple option, and it just did not work out for the young quarterback from
Yeah, I'm
West
not sure if
Virginia.
he just didn't get that tucked back away off the fake handoff or how that happened.
And there goes the Browns up the middle for no gain. And this running attack they've gotten a lot of carries, and you just haven't seen much production. If you look at Crowell, 75 carries, attempts this year, only 3.1 yards per carry. David Johnson Jr., 36 attempts for only 3.9 yards per carry. They've been able to punch it in these kind of situations, but they haven't really given you much else outside of, within the red zone kind of runs. And there's a pitch to the outside, and he gets to about the 12-yard line. That's David Johnson Jr., 2 rushes for 5 yards thus far. Puts him at 1st and 10 on the 12. And these are always funny situations, Sonny. When I get in 1st and 10 from the 12, it's almost like a goal, 1st and goal, and you got 12 yards to go. That's how the defense can play it. So these are some of the hardest positions on the field to actually punch the ball in.
Yeah, watch Duke Johnson here. He's a good receiver out of the backfield, too, so watch for him to maybe get a catch here.
Looks like Barnage Barnage with a little stick and slide, comes across the middle underneath and picks up about 7. So they're 2nd and 3 from the 5. Essentially, as I said before, it's kind of like 2nd and goal. If you're passing, maybe they run and pick up the 1st down. I'd expect a run here from the Cleveland Browns and try to punch it up the middle and get in the end zone. And that's exactly where they go as they meet the safety of the New York Jets, and they pick up that infamous 1st down. So now they're 1st and goal from the 2. Cleveland looking to get on the board with 2 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter. Very fast-paced time consumption by both teams.
Yeah, this has been a really quick half here as we're already at the 2-minute warning here with Cleveland knocking on the door to try to tie this game up.
And here they go in a strong set. Duke Johnson in the backfield gets the handoff, nowhere to go. Taken down for a loss of 2. So 2nd and goal from the 4. You've ran the ball 3 times within the 10. Is it time to try a quick little slant maybe or a fade route to Josh Gordon? See if you can get a quick hit to him, give him a chance.
I honestly would like to get RG3 on a boot, maybe a run-pass option rolling out to the outside with a run-pass towards Gordon, but I'm not sure that's where they're going here.
And it looks like they went for the quick slant. Throw it underneath the Barnage. Does he hang on? He's got the ball at the 1 as Buster Screen. And Buster Screen is a very athletic specimen over there. He's able to come down and take away that quick flat throw from RG3. And he saves the touchdowns. 3rd and goal right now. And this is where you need to punch it in. Do we get some Crowell action right here?
I would probably
5'11",
switch that.
225.
Interesting, the screen's a former Brown himself, so obviously that must have felt good on there. But Isaiah Crowell would be the man to take this in here, as they do have Duke Johnson in the backfield, though.
And you got 55 seconds on the game clock, 6 on the play clock. Fullback dive, 45 is alive. And that's 6 points for the Cleveland Browns in what has turned into be a very fast-paced running of the clock, I would say, this first half. We're looking at a possible 7-7 game. Yes, 7-7 going to happen, and the Browns are fighting, man. I guess the AFC North, it holds true, man. You just never give up in that division. There's some really, really pesky teams over there, and all of them fight top to bottom. One of the toughest divisions in the Madden Bomber League.
So I wouldn't count the Jets out here yet. They've got 3 timeouts. They're going to have about 50 seconds here on the clock when they get done with this return. So they are going to have a chance here to try to make something happen here. Couple push downfield. They've got the big wide receivers. Watch for Decker, as well as Brandon Marshall, to catch something big down the field here.
And we got a final as the Jaguars defeat the Titans 24-15. A big win for Mick Gibbs. He's won 4 of his last 5 games. Definitely on a comeback trail, looking to take that division. And here comes shotgun Geno Smith, 5 wide. Looking for Robbie Anderson. No, little drop back, finds, who is that, number 19? On a quick
Devin
little curl.
Smith.
I think that play right there, he was just looking for the opportunity to take a deep shot. It wasn't there, and then just decided to go underneath. 42 seconds left. Jets burn a timeout, 2nd and 3. You see anything coming from this drive right here with the New York Jets?
I think you got a shot. I would try to push it down the middle of the field. And although the time is limited here, I think the middle of the field is still going to be open. They're pushing two safeties towards the outside. So you've got a center of the field that's open, although they do come single high safety here. So maybe it's back to the outside at that point.
And they find in Marshall we trust, middle of the field, and he drags the defender down to the 47-yard line. Cleveland's 47. What a gain. I can't say you were wrong about this. The middle of the field was open, and they're driving the ball down it. The Browns have to make an adjustment at this point. The middle of the field, they have to shut it down and make them throw outside. You got Joe Hayden. You don't need to be worrying about the outside. Cover the middle of the field.
So Jets have to be careful here. They only have one timeout yet left. You've got 35 seconds. If you complete a pass here, don't waste that timeout. You may need it. Make sure you hurry up to the line, get a playoff, or spike the ball.
And Geno Smith moves Matt Forte out to them. And there goes over the middle again, Devin Smith for a nice pickup. And that's Geno Smith, 8 for 8, 132 yards, and a touchdown. And the Jets are balling in the crowd. You can hear them even in Cleveland. Jay, they play action. You thought they were spiking. They look deep. They test Joe Hayden. No good. No bueno. Number 26 with the bat down. They throw to Joe Hayden's side. Nothing comes of it. Gino, that was no spike, huh? That's wild. That's what you get when the Jets put Geno Smith under center, I guess. I expected a spike right there.
Yeah, a little bit of, I think, confusion there in the huddle coming out, as far as what they were supposed to do there.
Brandon Marshall offset to the left. He's looking over the middle, and he can't get it off. See, I think he stared at Brandon the whole way. He knew he only has one timeout. Was looking to get all 7 right there on that throw. Just wasn't there. Nice pass rush by the Cleveland Browns. And hopefully they can only give up 3 right here.
Yeah, I think at this point you max protect, maybe send 3 out in formation to try to push downfield and make sure you get this off. You don't want to take a sack here. Obviously, that'll force you to use this timeout. So go ahead and push that downfield, max protect, and get something into the end zone. At least give your big receivers a chance to catch this ball.
Yeah, the Jets converted, and they're going to run it up the middle. Forte basically conceding to the field goal. That was an interesting play call right there. Get them a little bit closer, burn their final timeout, and try to pick up those 3 points to go into halftime. What I was looking for was Jets converted, 3 third-down conversions in that first quarter in which they had the ball the entire first quarter. And it ended up in a touchdown. And I was thinking, man, it couldn't be any more deflating if the Browns gave up that 3rd and 10 right there. They eventually stopped it with the Forte run, and we got a Shank City, baby. Shank City by New York, and it's 7-7 going into half, Sonny.
Yeah, I think they're wishing they would have taken that shot downfield, but maybe tried to put one in the end zone there, especially after that kick. I can't say I agree with that conservative play calling there. I mean, that's how you lose games.
Is Fitzpatrick laces in? Is that what he's doing? Is he throwing it because he wants to be out there? Obviously, just speculation. The kicker shanks it to the left on a field goal in which they gained an extra 7 yards for him. Must have been 25-yard field goal. And a turn of events.
Interesting news around the league right now just came in that Luke Kuechly is actually going to miss 5 weeks now. So for you guys following along, Luke Kuechly out 5 weeks, and that's going to be a big blow to the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that's huge for them. Injuries have plagued this season. Jason Verrett's just coming back for San Diego right now as they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. Injuries have really made teams have to worry about depth. I mean, the Cowboys lost Terrence Johnson, then they traded for Paul Richardson. You're seeing it everywhere. Trey Waynes went out from Minnesota. So Luke Kuechly is probably the best player that's gone out this season, and he's going to be out for 5 weeks. That's going to be huge for the Carolina Panthers as RG3 delivers another strike over the middle of the field, picking up the first down, moving the sticks to the 43.
It's interesting. Both teams right now really prying on the middle of the field, really not working outside the hash marks. They're keeping everything in between that tackle box. So I think the guys on both sides of the field need to focus on the inside, force them to throw outside the hash marks.
That's a great observation. Couldn't be more true, especially when you look at Geno Smith. So first half, to recap it, Jets went on a first quarter drive that lasted the entire 6 minutes. They picked up 3 third down and 3rd and long conversions and eventually scored to go up 7-0. They stopped the Browns, got it back. Then Geno ran a triple option and fumbled the ball. Cleveland got the ball, ended up driving down and scoring right before half. left the Jets, 30 seconds left. The Jets drive all the way down, getting within field goal range, a little tiny chippy, and they shank it. So now we're here, 7-7. Cleveland ball, 2nd and 8 on their own 46, and they're looking to drive right here. And that would be a nice turn of events if the Jets shank that field goal and the Browns can end up capitalizing on it. RG3 in shotgun looks down the field, and he's just dropping back too far. Too much drop back. I mean, he was easily 15 yards behind center there after a shotgun play. Definitely needs to step up in the pocket and not drop back as far.
Yeah, another shot down the middle of the field. He was looking towards a slot receiver there. So it looks like that guy was open too. So if they're not getting pressure, they're making completions down the center of the field.
And there was a forced tipped interception dropped. Interception. Jets pick up a pick on RG3 as he looks for the tight end running a post over the middle of the field. And the ball is intercepted on the New York Jets 38-yard line, and the Jets offense is going to come out here looking to redeem themselves, and hopefully they can punch one in and capitalize from what they weren't able to do at the end of the first half.
Over under 6-minute drive here.
I'm going to say under. It looks like the game's speeding up a little bit. But I could be wrong. The Jets are the ones that did the infamous 6-minute drive, and the Browns handed back in a minute and a half. So it could go either way, but I'm going to go ahead and say under on this one. Jets seem to have picked up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, and this is going to be a place where Cleveland wants to try to maybe get some pressure. Obviously, I ragged on him early in this game, but sitting back, you know where the guy's coming. He's coming down the center of the field, so you got to focus on that center and try to get some pressure on Geno Smith, make him make a mistake.
It looks like they throw to Matt Forte out in the flat. Nice tackle by Cleveland. Going to leave them with a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 for the Jets. So if it ain't directly over the middle of the field, deep down the middle, it's been pretty much primarily to the flats. So I'd say that's been the same kind of for both teams.
Yeah, they both run very similar offenses, it appears. So they're both very, very content with trying to push it down the center of the field.
And Matt Forte got a little bit of space. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down. Nope, 3rd and inches. Possibly could challenge that spot and pick it up. Maybe too risky at this point of the game. 3:38 left in the third quarter. 3rd and inches. Nice run by Matt Forte. Looks like his engine's starting to get going, man. He's 30 years old. Big storyline on him is he's found the fountain of youth, and he just feels rejuvenated. He says he feels 100%. He hasn't felt this healthy in 5 years. We've heard this a million times when older veteran players switch to new teams and start the season off strong. And a little QB sneak by Geno Smith picks up the first down. But what are your thoughts on Matt Forte thus far in NBL season 19? It looks like he's hit his 2nd wind in his career.
Yeah, Forte has definitely come back around this year. It appears that this Jets offense has circulated around the idea of getting Matt Forte the ball both in space with the pass as well as handing the ball off to him. Moving from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Geno Smith was an interesting position here to take on that. But, Forte's still going to be the centerpiece of this offense.
Looks like an injury timeout. I can't tell if that's Crowell or Duke Johnson that's down, and I believe it's Duke Johnson Jr. is down right now.
Well, Duke Johnson's a halfback. I don't think it's Duke Johnson. That could have been the right end Emmanuel Ogba, which would be a huge blow to him, the leading sack artist. But we'll have to wait and find out who that is.
Jets coming out in whatever set. Forte takes it down to the 26. Doing multiple things at once is Bomber, and that causes his confusion. 3rd and 3. Jets looking to push here. I think it's real important the Jets don't settle for 3 here, man.
Especially not with that field goal kicker that struggled already.
The field goal kicker's already missed. They've already had a careless turnover with the triple option fumble. I mean, you don't want to leave any more points on the board for Cleveland at this point. Jets have pretty much dominated this game, I'd say. So you definitely want to put 6 on the board and look to close this game out. Looks like Robbie Johnson down the seam. He didn't see him. Finds in Marshall we trust. Takes it down to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10.
So it looks like it was actually Kirksey, the linebacker, who got hurt on that play, and I'm not sure if he'll be back in the near future, but that could be a blow to this Cleveland defense, who has to make a stand here late in the third.
Touchdown to who else? Robbie Anderson. The Jets find him again. Beautiful throw by Geno Smith. Beautiful recognition by Robbie Anderson to get that outside position. And a great touchdown for the New York Jets, putting them up potentially 14-7. As the kicker, you never know with this kicker right now. 14-7. Browns are down. Do Browns have a chance to make a comeback here?
You know, the Browns aren't built to make big chunk plays. They work down the field underneath mainly. If they are going to make a move downfield, it's going to have to be to the rookie Corey Coleman, who does have the ability to go up and make big plays. So something off play action, but I think the center of the field is going to get shut down. They're going to have to work to the outside at this point. Maybe some corner routes or even a wheel route like they just got beat on there by Robbie Anderson.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, the Patriots just defeated the Buffalo Bills. So they're both knotted up at 4-4 win-loss record. If the Jets win today, they'll be 5-3. They're currently 4-3. Out of those three teams, that's a three-man race up there in the AFC East. Who do you think comes away with that division?
Looking ahead to the schedules, I'm probably going to lean towards the Buffalo Bills. They do have a couple tough matchups down the road, but I think that Bills offense is better equipped to score down the road. I'm still not sure this Jets offense can really hang in a shootout, as they tend to be a lower scoring based offense.
And you got RG3 single back play action to Duke Johnson Jr. over in traffic, and he drops it. Terrell Pryor, Swami would not like that. He drops it, but he's challenging Terrell Pryor versus Darrell Revis. I just don't like that matchup. I don't throw to Revis' side when I play against the Jets. And to test him with the wide receiver as inexperienced as Terrell Pryor, I would try to stay away from that. RG3 sucks him in with a nice play action, but Pryor just can't hang on to it.
Yeah, Revis Island anymore has really not become much of an island as he's aged. He's gotten a little lighter there, so I'm not sure it's such a bad matchup anymore.
3rd and 11 for the Browns. Another target to Terrell Pryor Sr., and he drops another one on a low pass. I'd probably put the blame on RG3 on that one. So it's 1:31 left in the third. The game has tremendously slowed down. The pace has slowed down. More 3-and-outs, and the Browns are punting.
I'm not sure that the Browns are really going to get this ball back here with the way the Jets can really kill that clock. That may be the game right there. I'm not sure yet. Not sure why the returner bailed out of that one either. That was kind of an interesting play on the ball.
The Browns are averaging 17 points per game this season, so a field goal might just do it. It might put it out of reach for Cleveland. They don't have the offensive power, high-powered offense to put points on the board. As you can tell, they kind of struggle moving the chains. So one score here might do it, man. So this is very important for Geno to hang on to the ball and not have any turnovers and just let Matt Forte work. Come out, pistol set, hand off Matt Forte, nowhere to go. Gonna lose. That's a loss of 5 for a 2nd and 15. Matt Forte, 12 rushes, 29 yards. I expected him to, against this 29th ranked rush defense, I expected a lot more from Matt Forte today. So 12 rushes, 29 yards, and they're up 14-7. I'd say that's a win for New York right now. I expected Forte to pretty much carry this team.
Yeah, that was a big play there by Phil Taylor, who made a move inside of the center there, ran upfield and tackled Forte for a big loss on the play.
Oh, bunch set for, tight set for Geno Smith, goes over the middle too. 86, the tight end. And it looks like he picked it up for a 3rd and short. 3rd and 9. Oh, it was dropped by the tight end. 3rd and 9 for the New York Jets. Offense here looking to expand on their lead, up 14-7. These 3rd downs have been crucial for New York, and they have been devastating for Cleveland. Can they convert on another one?
I'm not sure they can here. 3rd and 9. This is not Geno Smith territory as the pass rush. Look for Emmanuel Ogbah here. Obviously, that's the Browns' best pass rusher. He needs to come alive here, make a big play here on this play right now.
Jets offense thus far, 15 passes and 15 rushes, very well balanced for the New York Jets, and that's exactly what they need to be successful right now. A little out route, nice tip. Is that Joe Hayden on the tip? Who is that over there on the right?
That was Tremont Williams, I believe.
Tremont Williams, former Green Bay Packer, making a nice play on the ball versus Geno on a quick out.
Browns with the dangerous play there. They tried to block that punt,
yeah.
and he got close to hitting that punter.
Yeah, when that happens, you really want to give them a first down, huh? You know, that's special teams discipline right there. Luckily, it wasn't called, but that was really risque at that point.
Josh Gordon in the slot there. Watch out. Oh, handoff.
Sonny's going to take over play-by-play right now.
Duke Johnson had that big run up the middle there, so good run there. It's fourth quarter as we turn the clock here in Cleveland, with Cleveland trailing 7-14 for the New York Giants. I think the running game may have been opened up there, as it looks like a passing situation. Duke Johnson does make it up the middle there. Look for Josh Gordon here, who's been lining up in the slot with Pryor and Coleman on the outside. This could be a big play for him here. You've got a shotgun set with, Duke Johnson to the right of RG3, Gordon in the slot, Barnidge as a tight end. It's going to be hand off to Johnson with nothing happening down to the 30-yard line. And that's a tough one there. I'm not sure that handoff here is the best way to go, as time is limited. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left here on the clock in Cleveland.
I think Cleveland just wants to keep the defense honest at this point. I think that they want to stay pass run and not go too pass heavy and completely let this get out of hand. And that just shows the lack of trust that they have in the young Robert Griffin III.
RG3, shotgun set once again. Johnson to his left, Gordon out in the slot to the right. Changing the play at the line. Gordon drops back. Good throw to the outside, but just down and to the left a little bit of Corey Coleman, and that's going to fall incomplete.
That's being nice, Sonny. That ball was a dirt ball. That was an uncatchable pass to an open receiver, and you got to complete those in games like this, because it comes down to those one or two plays where you couldn't move the chains and you had to punt the ball, and that's how you lose. And that's why the Browns are 2-5 right now, and that's why RG3 isn't trusted, and that's why they have to maintain that run option, because they need the play action to open up the pass game for Robert Griffin III, because his ball placement is not ideal in situations like this.
Yeah, he should have stepped up into that throw a little bit. That probably contributed to the bad pass as he bootlegs out, throwing down the center of the field.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful throw and reception there. And see, that's the crazy thing about RG3. He hits you with a bad throw to start, but then comes back with a play like that, which is a big play there for the Browns as they move to the 46-yard line.
That's about the 6th or 7th target for Terrell Pryor Sr. today. Pryor is 16 receptions, 180 yards on the season, and has 0 touchdowns. So if you're just watching this one game, you're going to say, I can't believe this guy doesn't have any touchdowns. Well, the offense hasn't had many touchdowns to wide receivers. Only 1 touchdown passing this season for the Browns to a wide receiver, and it's Josh Gordon. Can you believe that?
It's crazy.
Gordon steps back, and there goes Griffin again with the overthrow. I mean, that hurts, man. That hurts the morale of the team. That hurts the psyche of the offense. When your quarterback just can't set his feet and make an accurate throw when he's not even under pressure.
What's interesting is you haven't seen RG3 run yet today. If you've got a quarterback like RG3, he's not the greatest passer in the world, but part of his value comes with his legs. You've not seen any either designed runs, really, besides the horrible, that was Geno Smith with the horrible triple option, but you haven't seen RG3 beat him with his legs. I'd rather see him run if nothing's there.
And there's Barnidge over the middle, picks up the first down, and then you see plays like this, Sonny, where RG3 steps back under pressure, sets his feet, and just drills the ball right to his tight end, and you go, that was nice, man. I'm liking that. And then you're confused because he just overthrew and underthrew 2 passes, and now he's back to making a very nice drive. So they keep the drive alive. 1st and 10. They're on the New York Jets' 31-yard line. Robert Griffin in the shotgun set with Duke Johnson to the left, Barnidge to the right. Tight set. Looks like they're motioning Josh Gordon wide left. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Barely gets it off, and it looks like he sent it in gauge 8, possibly a run commit on that play.
Yeah, it's too bad they weren't pushing it upfield a little bit more there, as it does appear that they probably would have had a wide open receiver downfield, but they break that route off, and instead they get nothing on the play.
So 3:54 left, 14-7. Browns are down 7. Sonny, how do you see this ending? Just right now, predict the rest of this drive. Did they get in the end zone right here? How does this work?
I think they're going to have to settle for a field goal, honestly.
Oh, wow, Barnage holds. No, 86 holds on to it, takes a flipperoo, and hangs on to the ball. Wow, what a throw. What a dangerous throw. Do you want your quarterback throwing the ball to wide receivers like that?
Back across your body is never a good thing.
Back across your body, throwing the wide receiver into a truck. I mean, that's dangerous, but that's Browns football right now. It's exciting to watch, probably more dangerous to play. Handoff up the middle. Duke Johnson flag on the play. Looks like a face mask potentially. Yes, it's going on the defense. And they're at the 2, Sonny. 1st and goal. So that field goal, I can't accept the field goal no more right now. 1st and goal, 2-yard line. You got to score.
Yeah, at this point you have to punch it in. Time's too short. You need to get the touchdown here. So this is 4-down territory here for the Cleveland Browns.
Toss to the outside. Duke Johnson flossing, baby. Walking in 2 yards. 29, and if there's not a block on the extra point, if he can get this in and he doesn't choke this, and we'll give pause and a moment of silence for it. It goes in. We got a ball game, 14-14, 3:21 left. That's 3-2-1. The Browns kicking off to the Jets. Can Geno Smith lead his team down the field to take the lead?
A lot of pressure here on Geno Smith.
A lot of pressure on Geno Smith. I think the Browns need to just come out with some defensive packages they haven't used yet and just adjust to what they're seeing. Shut down that middle of the field. Let's let them beat you outside.
I'd like to see this Browns defense run some zone, but show blitz. Try to confuse Geno Smith, who's not the most cerebral quarterback. Maybe show like you're coming all out blitz, but back off and see what he can do.
So Robbie Anderson has 2 touchdowns thus far in this game. He's been stellar. Do you focus on him right now, or do you still just respect the ability of Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall?
You got to respect the vets who do have a lot of value in this team.
Oh, he had Robbie Anderson. He had Devin Smith over the middle on a post. And there goes a little in route coming to about the middle of the field to Robbie Anderson. Picks up another. He's 4 catches for 61 yards on the game with 2 touchdowns. And it's at the 41 with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, okay, so I changed my mind. At this point, focus on Robbie Anderson because I'm not sure Geno Smith can actually read a route outside of the slot. So basically, play the slot man because I don't believe in this quarterback at all.
A little counter to Matt Forte, picks up a couple, literally, 2nd and 8, 13 carries for just over 30 yards for the 30-year-old Matt Forte, who on the season had a 200-yard game. I think he had 212 yards week 2, and then week 5 had about 120 yards, got player of the week for both times. He's really not showing out today on the big stage thus far. Still opportunity, though. It looks like Geno comes out in shotgun here. Guaranteed looking over the middle and does throw it over the middle again to the Eric Decker. So he just happened to be in the slot right there and got the pass.
But he drops it.
Drops it.
If I am the Browns here, once again, play the slot man. Make them throw to the outside. Those are tougher reads to make, and I'm not sure this quarterback can do that.
I mean, based on everything we've seen, there isn't anything that says this ball is not going to the tight end right here over the middle. Oh, quick out route. Horrible defense by the Cleveland Browns right there. Did not expect a cover 1 man right there, and they weren't even pressed up, and they allowed just a free release to a out route, and it picks up the 1st down. Now it's just bad play calling for the Cleveland Browns.
An out route from the slot. I would even consider right now moving Joe Hayden into the slot and letting your best cornerbacks play from the inside out. I just don't think this Jets offense is going to work from the outside in. Work from the inside out. Move your defenders to the inside.
Handoff another end around 2. Devin Smith picks up 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Probably going to take us down to the 2-minute warning, but it looks like Cleveland burns one of their timeouts.
Yeah, at this point, sell out. Emmanuel Ogba has been kind of silent this game. You got to get some pressure here. So not sure if it's a zone blitz, man blitz, how you're doing it, but if you're going to bring it, you better make sure your cornerbacks are going to play tight, especially on those slot wide receivers.
Handoff up the middle. Matt Forte almost gets the first down. Does get the first down. So that's a 1st and 10 headed to the 2-minute warning. So this means they got to get a stop here. So you got the 2-minute warning. You got 2 timeouts. If they run it and simply settle for the field goal, that'll leave them about how much time left?
Not a whole lot. If I'm Cleveland right here, I consider maybe just blitzing everybody, with the worst case being they score and you get a shot to time it up and even this game up at the end. So maybe sell out here and try to stop them. Otherwise, you give up that touchdown, you got a chance to win at the end.
A direct snap to Matt Forte picks up a gain of 1. Another Wildcat set for the New York Jets. 2nd and 9 from the 25, and Cleveland
no timeout there.
Does not burn the timeout there. And they burned it now. So, I mean, they wasted like 7 seconds. So, ideally, at the 2-minute warning with 2 timeouts, if they get, 3 stops, he burns 40 seconds on from going to 3rd down to 4th down. And you get 1:20 left. I don't know if they're going to have that exactly right now.
Yeah, that's why the Cleveland Browns are 2-5 right there. At that point, they should have let the play out and not called the timeout there. But instead, they give away about 10 seconds on the clock. Horrible clock management by Cleveland.
And that would have iced the game. A 1st down. He throws to Brandon Marshall on a corner route, and he just can't hang on to it. So in Marshall we trust. 3rd and 9 now, and more importantly, Cleveland got to keep their timeout.
Big play coming up here, especially, and remember, the Giants shanked a kick earlier this game, so it's not a given that the Giants come away with a field goal here if they don't complete this
But
pass.
if the Giants were playing, that would be true.
Excuse me, the
But
Jets.
these are the Jets. We're all over the board today on this broadcast. That first quarter, that 6-minute drive, really drained a lot of energy out of the team. And it looks like Dino comes out 5 wide. I'm looking at him over the middle. Of course he goes to the slot. Give me that, baby. What a pick by the Browns. They saw it. They saw it. They saw it. And guess what? At the end, they stopped it. Browns with a pick, and Fry has got to be nervous right now. As most of y'all know, Fry wants this win. He's at home. He's on NBL Live. Huge interception, Sonny. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Dangerous throw by Geno Smith.
Let's see what he can do with it.
Let's see what he can do with it right here. I would have. Oh, he throws it right back to him. Oh, my gosh. The worst possible case scenario. Now he can knee it out and kick the field goal and end the game. Did that just happen? Did that just happen?
That's why he's 2-5.
So we were 2-6. So we were harping
2-6 now
on the 10 seconds that he allowed to drain off the clock. But within 10 seconds, they throw an interception, and the other one gives it right back. And this game's essentially over, barring any kind of fumble or bad management of the clock on the Jets' end, or shanked field goal, which we saw earlier from even a closer distance. But
yeah, if
wow,
you're Cleveland, I think you hold this time out and hope you can ice the kicker at the end of the game. Maybe get a shot for a bad kick that you've seen so far already today.
I formation. Expect a handoff to Matt Forte right here. After they let the clock run down to 1 second, he hikes it early, and they face mask him. Oh, against the offense, illegal block in the back that's going to stop the clock. So 2nd and 11. So it only gets more interesting. Bear with us, guys. I hope you haven't left yet, because anything can happen with these two owners. And I'm telling you, man, this game, it could be 14-14 now, and this game could end 20-14 in overtime. Another I formation coming out with Matt Forte. Handoff, nowhere to go. They got to burn it. They burn the time. And still, I feel like they're letting a second or two off the clock before they're even burning that timeout.
I don't know. I would have burned that timeout there. I think I would have saved that to try to ice the kicker late in this game. You know, let them run the clock down. It doesn't matter at this point. Really, either way, you were going to basically come down to a field goal. I would have saved that towards the end of the game, see if I couldn't try to screw with the kicker a little bit before he made that last kick in the game.
Another interesting move here, no kneel. They're not kneeling the ball. Another handoff to Forte. I mean, I really trust Forte. He's been great for him this year. He's a veteran. But you never want to risk that potential fumble, and then the game's over, you know. So they handed up to Forte. It's 4th and 7 now, and here's the kick, and you can't ice the kicker because you don't have any more timeouts.
The one thing you got here is a block. You know, maybe try to time this up and jump this snap and get there and see what we can do.
This has got to be a lot of pressure for Delvar. As an owner, he's way off on the kick thing right now. He's shaking. He's back. He's left. He's right.
What is he doing?
He's middling. He's keeping it interesting for the fans watching, and he ices himself. What if the game allowed him to ice himself right there? So he burns the timeout.
I don't know if the kicking team knew what they were doing there.
So here now is the kicker, Nick.
And here we go again.
He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win.
About a 28-yard field goal, and he's really. Oh, he's.
And did it get there?
He barely made that field goal, and that almost shanked left, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets, 3 seconds left. Well, he made it interesting for everybody watching, guys. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, web3ks.com. He makes all of our graphics and does a great job for an affordable price. Also follow the NBL on Twitter at Bomber League. Check us out at 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Shout out to Poppy at Daddy Leagues. They should be up and running very soon, hopefully, and all the CFMs can get connected back online. As the final punt, barring any crazy return here, where's Tennessee when you need them? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Down goes Cleveland at home. The Jets improve to 5-3, and the Browns fall to 2-6. And for Sonny Weaver, this is Bomber saying thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.